there, shout me out, shout it out in the comments. What's popping? It's your boy Yusef Two Times, and I'm just gonna chop it up with y'all about that boy Nas. You know what I mean? One of them legends in the game. Been doing it for a long time. That's Nas right there. I found out about Nas in 1994. Y'all might be a little bit too old to understand that time frame. Now I know y'all shorties, but anyway, Nas was like one of them guys when I was growing up because we was loving his music, and I found out about Nas before I found out about Jay Z. But then when we got up with Jay Z, Jay Z was like futuristic. So Nas was a person that had a little bit of the old school, a little bit of the new school, but then you got with Jay and he took you to the future. It was like Jay was the future. You knew it too because it was like I heard Nas first in like 1990 on Main Source album, the barbecue, and we was all tweaking because he had a viral line on that song, uh, saying he went to jail for snuffing Jesus. He went to hell for snuffing Jesus. We was tweaking like, what? Nobody even mentioned Jesus in a bad light. Even horror movies. The only one had mentioned it in a bad light was that horror movie was called The Exorcist back then. So anyway, so now you got Nas who basically got to go out there and fend for himself against Jay Z because Jay kicked off a beef between them, and it's just been this ongoing beef, and it's been like, damn, every time Nas do some shit, Jay trying to repeat behind him, and this is really something that I noticed that when I was young, and at that time I didn't notice competition so much because as a younger guy, you just run through the world, people compete with you, then it's like so compete. We'll smoke your ass anyway, no matter how it don't out. Let's do it. But then you don't really pay attention to it so much because you just look like anybody I gotta thwart or overcome or smash. I'm just gonna smash straight through them. Then you get a little older and shit. Then you start noticing who am I competing with? Who is these people? And they be like people in your family, people you know, people who you thought was tight. And it's like, oh, okay. So most times competition is close to you. It's not necessarily away. So even with Jay Z and Nas, they beefing and they in the same state. They're in the same city. So it's like that's close to you. It's not like somebody across country. And neither one of them have even had another beef comparably to the beefs that they had from their hometown. So that is something as an anomaly. It's like whatever happened to those guys. But real talk, they got a beef going, and now it's turned into Jay Z is in the competition with Nas about money and business. And since Jay Z is at the top, he kind of like opened the door for Nas to be his competition because Jay was the only guy. Like, why you bring this nigga up to your level? But I guess that makes him hustle harder if he knows somebody else could take his spot. And that's what I assume why Jay was like, I don't give a damn. I'm battling you. Like he could have used somebody from his family. He could have used a white person, but he chose Nas. And so since that beef on record to today, they've been tit for tat with each other. And Jay literally has been winning because he lost the battle, but he won the war because Nas ended up signing a record deal with him or management deal with him, something like that. And we in the streets was like, what the fuck wrong with Nas? Nigga, this supposed to be competition. Nigga, you standing down on your own two fucking feet. And Nas is like, fuck that. It's something about this nigga that if I do the same thing, I'm gonna get the same thing. And that was one smart motherfucking move because look at Nas now. He done jumped up there. Now he in beef with Jay Z. They making the same amount of money, the same kind of hustle, and that was Jay fault. So that's what my opinion. Y'all let me know what the hell y'all think. Let me put a poll up here real quick too. Say that did Nas just win the beef with Jay Z, and it's been going on for 20 fucking years. So it's almost like, who cares about these old farts, man? Y'all was in y'all young ass 20s back then. Now you old ass niggas still beefing. Did Nas just win the beef with Jay Z? This is our poll. We're gonna go with a poll and let me know what y'all think about the poll. Because that's exactly what some funny shit is right there. Where is the poll? Oh, okay. All right, let me see. They ain't letting my poll go up right. You hit done, and that's all they letting me do. It hit that. I don't know how the fuck to do the poll no more. But anyway, that was that. So let me get to the video. We'll try to do the poll when I come back. All right, let's see what the fuck they talking about. I'll chill.
Let's get to the proceedings this evening. We're gonna talk. Yes, like a lot
See if it'll
going
look
on
right.
lately, but let's talk about Nas and Jay Z. So, these two men. It's like been almost 20 years. What about 20 years since the iconic battle that some people say that Nas won, some people say that Jay Z won. Whatever, however you wherever you know stand, they both have emerged successful, and they are no longer battling with lyrics, words, punchlines. They're now battling with business acumen, casinos, liquor, brand deals. So today, Nas scores a major victory, a major one up on Jay Z with the $5.5 billion casino expansion that was approved in Queens today. And what makes it funny, and it's all friendly, right? This is not no beef. You got to hear what this man says during the talk after celebrating the approval. Let's hear this, man. This is by way of my man, the hip hop.
There's a theme in Queens, and I know Nas is a part of this. Queens get the money. Sorry, Jay-Z, we win again. I just had to rub that in. You can let the Brooklyn Borough president know that I send my regards to him. With that being said, I vote aye.
And that just lets you see how funny it is that for them, the beef between Jay-Z and Nas is literally known in New York. It's not hidden. It's like, oh, okay, that beef, that's New York. It's over. Like Ja Rule and 50 Cent, they got a beef, but it's kind of known. It's like, is them niggas still beefing? What's going on with that? Because Ja Rule hasn't been, as far as music go, been pushing so much. He does massive amounts of concerts. And 50 Cent was able to carry his rap stuff into business and make money. But, you know, obviously we still respect and love Ja Rule, so he's never been kicked out the industry completely. He just don't fuck with Jay-Z, with 50 Cent. So with Jay-Z and Nas, they ain't been tight, but Nas did go sign with him. So for Nas to be able to still be doing business and getting big ass $1 billion deals. See, the funny thing about this is that the casino has been stopped by Jay-Z. Jay-Z can't open his casino. He's having one in Manhattan. And so he ain't not gonna be able to open his, and then Nas will be able to open his. So from that alone, you see who won that battle. Jay-Z has lost. And so since they do this, you know, taking notes or keeping tabs, then that's what the fuck it is. So it was a 4-2 vote, and Jay-Z lost. And then so nigga, you lost that battle. But Jay-Z started the battle. He kicked it off. He started the fucking battle. I mean, I have never heard nobody else say that it was Nas that started that battle. So now you got Jay-Z who has to battle Nas. All these deals to the future. That's funny as hell. Like, nigga, you made your own enemy. That is a smart thing, because it could have been somebody else that would have been coming at Jay-Z who could have probably thwarted him or toppled him. But for the most part, he chose Nas to be his nemesis. And so Nas getting money and all that shit, I guess Jay-Z could be ultimately happy because he like, nigga, I chose you, you didn't chose me. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to be on, because the farther you get, you gonna push me. So it's like something you can't even, you know, like LeBron, who would be LeBron guy who pushes him to play hard like that? That's still probably in the industry. Probably nobody left in the industry. Everybody else is gonna be some youngster. And LeBron 40 and got to play against somebody 25 and be like, well, shit, this is my new motivation. I got to play against this motherfucker. He the new guy, so that's who I got to, you know, got to be against. Because everybody else, your age gonna be the fuck out of there. So Jay-Z chose somebody that was equivalent to his age, just maybe 2 years younger, 3 years younger, and they've been battling ever since. Let's get back to the content, see what the hell they got to say. Hit the like button, show some love. Let's go.
And some conflict will be brewing. I'll move a little away from you. Next up is myself, representing myself as the state assemblywoman in this district. I have to say this has been an opportunity of my professional career as the assemblywoman.
All right, so let's talk about this for a minute, because this is a major project that's coming, you know, to Queens, New York, right? And I swear, let's talk about it a little bit, right? So they're bringing this casino, right? Queens get the money, dollar bills, y'all. Now this is a state. They're trying to put a 1,000 seat venue, 2,000 hotel rooms, and more than 30 dining spots, as well as, you know, games. Now Jay-Z, you know, and his team, they were, you know, trying to not even one up, but they were trying to put something in Manhattan, a $5.4 billion Times Square casino, which was rejected 4-2. I reported on that as early as last week. So this is still New York. Queens. That's the only borough I've probably never been to was Queens. But this is going to revitalize the area. Now, Queens is different than, I guess what they're putting it in Queens is different than where they were putting it in Manhattan. Like the different type of, the congestion. New York is New York, but he's been doing his thing, man. Jay-Z has as well. And I'm not trying to compare the impressiveness, but both of these men are brilliant to be able to, turn rap money, into, I know Nas had a ring investment, the crypto investment that he had, Jay-Z with the liquor, the sports, entertainment. These dudes are geniuses.
So you can see that's the truth what he's saying about both of them being able to parlay their brands into getting bigger money. But I mean, technically, they just one guy. You know what I mean? It's not like they bringing a team of motherfuckers with them. They leveraging their brands so that they can have wealth way into the future. If you got a casino and it's got machines in there that's making money, you don't have to stand there. You could hire somebody to wipe the damn machines down. At night, they unplug them. In the daytime, they plug them in. And the machines work by themselves. Now, you fill a building with about 3,000 machines like that. Everybody coming from all over New York, even tourists, and they be like, yo, let's go gamble, let's go gamble, let's go gamble. Well, you're going to make millions, millions, millions. So you can see where Jay-Z lost this bid. It's like, oh, fuck, that was a lot of money. And then Nas got the bid. So New York is such a big place that it's like Manhattan, Queens, or Brooklyn. So they're trying to put a casino in every borough, which is nice. But now they use the rappers to get it out to the world. You know what I'm saying? The rappers are the world. So it's like, okay, hey, go spread this message. Hey, go tell the world. Hey, go let them know. And we're going to put you in the game. And then that's it. Now, you have found out way in the future how much money they making. Like if Nas got 30%, 10%, 1%, it really don't matter because, again, it's free money. And this is what leveraging your catalog, leveraging your name, leveraging your business to actually make money in your sleep, make money without ever having to wake up and go leave the house. You know what I'm saying? And this is what music does and what anything does. Really, if you work your ass off, you'll end up running into the right people that can get you in positions and places that nobody could walk you in those doors. Because now Jay-Z lost his bid and it seemed like it was only a one-time bid. So it's not like he could run double back and shit and do all this. But in Jay-Z's situation, they were trying to put his casino in Brooklyn. And that Brooklyn is a little far from Manhattan. But when you actually listen to the paperwork and actually listen to what they were saying, they were trying to put it physically in Manhattan. And so Manhattan got Broadway, it got all of that, New York shit. And they was like, hell no, it ain't gonna be no casino down here. It's enough congestion, it's enough people. So we're not doing that shit down here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what has been conveyed to Jay-Z. So in Brooklyn they denied it, and it's just like a lot of things. They got a whole bunch of white folks that got together and they made some kind of coalition, and they was like, we the New York Broadway coalition, and we gonna vote against this motherfucking thing coming down here, and the white people, and they's like, we don't want no casino. So and probably where you from too, you've heard them on the news arguing about should a fucking casino come to your town. And that's basically what that same situation is with Jay and them. Jay and them got enough money to, promote it, but technically if the people ain't feeling it, and it's such a big place, again, in Queens, they like, hell yeah, bring a casino. It's gonna be jobs, it's gonna be money, it's gonna be unions, it's gonna be all kind of shit. This is perfect. And just like where I'm from, they built a casino in the suburbs, and everybody out there got jobs, and everybody out there making money, because it's a new gig, hotel, all that shit is connected to it. So that's what's happening with Jay-Z and Nas. And it looked like it will be a casino, but the casino will be in Queens and not Brooklyn, where Jay-Z, or Manhattan, where Jay-Z was trying to have his at. So I'm gonna let old boy explain a little bit more, and then we'll see what's popping about that.
Coincidence that they had one of the most epic battles ever about 20 some odd years ago. And both of them, in my opinion, won because look at what they created. Now, a lot of people will say Ether was hard, and I'll concede later on, Ether definitely, what I'm saying, was was hard as hell. It's still probably top 3, top 5 easy diss tracks of all time. No disputing that. But, Manhattan and Queens is different, bro. Like, and they couldn't get that vote, the extra vote they needed. This was a clean sweep, 6-0, 6-0, and Jay-Z was 4-2 with his whole vote. And I'll be honest with you, I thought Jay-Z was gonna be a clean sweep, because of the influence that he had and whatnot. So if licensed, the casino would double its gaming revenue from $1 billion to an estimated $2.2 billion by 2027. This expansion is expected to create more than 5,000 jobs, an additional 5,000 jobs during the construction phase. So shout out to these brothers. Shout out to Nas. Shout out to Jay-Z.
So you see that 10,000 jobs off of one casino, 5,000 during the construction phase, 5,000 people to operate that motherfucker. That's money in your city, in your state, and people going to go for that. They're not going to miss that. They're going to want that because a lot of people be suffering when money ain't, right. You know what I'm saying? You can imagine, what I'm saying, these states in the city somewhere like New York where millions of people live, and it's such a tourism location. I'm shocked that they didn't let Jay-Z win. But, again, it's these people who be working in these places and they ain't down with that shit. They like, nah, if you open up a casino, that's fucking over me. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, they just not down for that shit. So that's what happened with Jay-Z. He lost the casino and Nas won it. And now Nas will have a casino in New York, in Queens. I don't know if you've ever been to Queens, but Queens is right next door to New York. So I don't know if I don't know if they call it suburbs. They call it boroughs, but I don't know if they look at it like a suburb. But so I don't know if it's suburbs connected to those places. But if you leave Manhattan, the first spot is Queens. It's right next door. So it's like people from Manhattan just gonna be going over to Queens and go to the fucking casino and act like it's nothing to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So. But it's a good thing for Jay because he got his name in the game. Jay-Z, how it really work is whoever get on, they'll fuck around and come to him and be like, yo, well, since you was trying to get that casino, it didn't work out. We're going to ask you to help us. We're going to ask you, did you want to invest in this one? And he'll be like, hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Just like you would. If they came to you and said, yo, the thing that we was trying to work on didn't work out. Would you invest? Your ass going to be like, you fucking right, I'm going to invest. Come on, give me that shit. Because shit is money. Whoever owns a casino gonna be paid, just like a football team or a basketball team. You don't have to do no work. Everybody else do the work. You just the owner. You just get a check coming in. This is why that shit is important. You just got a check coming in, and it's from all the work of other people. You don't even fucking gamble, man. You might not even be a gambler. Telling how if Nas is a gambler, but if he is, he go down there and gamble for free. And then go right in the back and be like, take some of the money out this motherfucking register. I don't know how that shit work, but it'd be crazy if you could do that. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about Nas winning this battle with Jay-Z. It's about time somebody beat Jay-Z. Not that I want him to lose, but I'm just saying, though, he's one of the people that never loses. He been winning. And so he chose Nas to be his nemesis, and he beat the shit out of Nas this time. Well, Nas beat the shit out of him. So we'll see. But Jay's still in the game. He's still one of the top dudes in the game. Musically, he got the wife, he got the money, he got the investment, so he ain't lost like that. He ain't like overweight or nothing like that. So that's that, man. Peace. Hit me up. We out, y'all.